Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 2 between Int Laners and WWM. So we'll be starting off in Champ Select this game, and we will see if Int Laners learned a lesson and maybe ban a champion this time around. And we are once again joined with the one, the only, Alex Shan, aka Brain Kaboom, aka Diamond 4 player, by the way. Hello, Alex. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. We just finished commentating game 1. We're trying to see if, Int Laners can do a little bit better than last time. And I guess that starts off with the champ select. So we'll be doing a little bit of analysis here. Looks like KeithEnder is not going for a ban.
Wait, what?
KeithEnder did not ban.
Okay, well. Int Laners might be utilizing the strategy where they pretend that they're trolling just to make it look like they're not as bad when they lose. Smart, honestly.
So is there any strategic benefit to not banning a champion?
Yes, it's for your own pride and your own ego. So,
I see.
pretty effective strategy.
Well, we can take a look at WeWinMental's bans. So they banned Bran and Ahri. So we can already see what their strategy is. They recognize that qqqtwo, the mid laner for Int Laners, is indeed the best player on the team, which means that they have to target his champion pool and make it so that it's the most difficult way for him to play the game. You can see we see Ryze being banned out, another mid lane champion. So we can definitely see the strategy coming out of WeWinMental in this game.
So, Alex, theoretically, if qqqtwo was to receive his best champion and got a sizable lead, would you see any scenario where he could have carried the last game?
He was playing Nico, which is interesting because Nico is not a champion that's able to carry. Nico is definitely more of a supportive champion, which signals to me that the strategy coming out of Int Laners is to win every single lane. But unfortunately, they're just getting outclassed all across the board. We're going to see Kayn being picked up by NutellaAnWillump.
What? Kayn? Does he know that it's still Kayn hasn't been rebuffed yet?
Well,
Who knows?
Can you tell us what the strategic implications of picking Kayn would be?
So Kayn is a really interesting champion of League of Legends because of his duality. He can, one, be an assassin, quick moving champion that can one-shot champions with ease, or you could be playing the red, strong, muscular, tank bruiser Kayn, where he succeeds, exceeds, proceeds in team fights, as all of his abilities do a lot of AoE damage. So it'll be interesting to see which version he plays. Irelia picked up by Flickedd. Oh, they swapped. Now Keith has the Riven, and Flick's got the Irelia. Interesting.
Yeah, we're going to see the flip side of the matchup that we just had. The TheNoobOfDreams once again picks up this Senna. qqqtwo is hovering Ornn, which is an interesting pick because Ornn is a top laner, but they have already picked Riven, who is also a top laner. They will lock in Zoe, though, so it looks like we're having Senna bot, Zoe mid, Riven top, and on the other side, we're having Irelia top, Pyke support, and Kayn in the jungle. Now, when the red side is trying to ban out the champions of the blue side at this point, they've already seen that the top jungle and support are locked in. So what they should be looking into is trying to ban out the AD carry and the mid of the other team. You do not want to re-ban the champions that have already been picked. So can you explain the banning strategy, what it's looking like for the blue side?
Blue side. Shyvana. They actually banned me. Very funny, as the jungler has already picked his champion. I don't know. I do not know why you'd ever ban Shyvana, as she is very bad in the current meta. And
what do you think about banning Zac?
Zac is a pretty annoying champion and pretty good in team fights, so that's a fair ban.
I agree. What do you think we're going to be seeing here out of the AD carry player? Do you think Adrian's going to lock in his patented misfortune?
He just might, because I've not seen him play a single champion besides that, except in TFT, where he plays a wide variety of champions. Jhin from Grand Entrance. That's
so we're having a Jhin Pyke bot lane. I think we're going to see misfortune coming out of Adrian, but he locks in the Talon, and it looks like they are going to be playing Talon and Senna bot. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will be no third game. Hope you enjoy this one, though. This one might be a quickie, though. Looks like Adrian.
Can you explain why you think this game is already over coming out of the draft phase?
Yes, I can actually. As Int Laners' team has no obvious AD carry unless it's Graves, which has not been a thing in the bot lane since like season 3 when they reworked him. And Talon jungle is very weak. So it seems that their champions do not fit their lanes well at all. And that's a big problem. Yeah. It seems that Int Laners' coach is not doing a good job keeping their mental up.
Okay, so while we wait for the spectator delay, we can talk about how we think the lanes should be playing out. So let's start in the top lane. We have Riven versus Aurelia. What do you think of this matchup?
Aurelia, early on, when she has her passive stacked, which is basically when she uses ability on a minion, and for a certain amount of time, she's a lot more powerful. She can easily win trades early. But if Riven can play around Aurelia's stacks, I could see Riven winning the matchup.
Now, we can break it down to the jungle. So, you're our resident jungle expert, although we both play the role. What do you think of this matchup, Graves versus Kayn? What's it going to look like?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, Kayn can play 2 different forms, but the interesting thing about Kayn is that he does not get one of those 2 forms until later on into the game, when he hits champions and gets to work towards one of his forms. So early on, Graves definitely has the advantage. So Graves can easily counter jungle and invade, which is basically where you go into the enemy's junglers and try to take their camps and try to kill them as well. And Graves is really good at this. So if Graves plays this right, this should be an easy matchup for him.
Right, so it looks like the blue side had made a fatal error in their draft. Kayn is extremely poor into Graves, and as long as Graves plays this matchup correctly, as in he goes into the enemy jungle, tries to find NutellaAnWillump, kill him, take his camps, with the help, of course, of his laners like qqqtwo, playing Zoe, which is also a very powerful laning champion, who will have priority against the Veigar redninjakill from the other team, then we should see the Graves absolutely taking over this game from level 1. Let's talk about level 1 strategy. We saw one of the teams, WeWinMental, go for an early game invade on the bot hand side of the map. Do you think that they will repeat this strategy, and if they do, is it going to work?
Yeah, they got the Pyke and the Veigar, so that would be an easy 3 seconds of CC where the enemy cannot move, so I would definitely envision them invading this game.
I agree. VOiDSTACK played Blitzcrank last game, who has a hook, and they can pull enemies from very far into their team for an easy kill. Pyke has the exact same mechanic on his abilities, which means that we should see WeWinMental going for an early invade.
As an experienced Graves and Kayn player, it would sadden me. It would make me absolutely lost in VirusTime if he does not try to invade this Kayn as much as he can before Kayn gets one of his forms. So I really hope that VirusTime makes use of Graves' early game power.
Now, okay, we're on the loading screen. Now we can examine each of these players and how skilled they are at playing their individual champions, and you can immediately see a skill difference. It's gone now, but you will notice if you freeze frame on that point earlier that WeWinMental has significantly more experience and mastery over their champions compared to Int Laners. This is a big problem because when it comes to a lot of these matchups, these are all skill-based. The better player will win 100% of the time, which is unfortunate because if you have less mastery, you're not as comfortable within these matchups. So it's not looking so good for Int Laners, but you never know. These players are still not quite at the top level yet. We will see the top level gameplay coming out from a team like TRN, but for these teams, we're not really seeing that yet.
So Alex, are you at 0 or at 1 second right now?
I'm at 28 seconds.
Oh, well, how about we run it back real quick?
All right. So we can start at
now.
0 seconds, sure.
Right now, if you want.
Sure.
Yeah, let's go. Okay. We're loading in.
So the players are still in their nexuses here, and at 15 seconds they're gonna get released.
Looks like they really want to go for invade here.
Yep, it looks like they've already left the base and they're off to the races, trying to get an early start. Now the proper response to this invade would be to drop wards on the entrances into their jungles. And it looks like that's exactly what the TheNoobOfDreams is going to look to do, except that he did not ward. He's letting them pass into their jungle. This is a huge mistake coming out of the Senna player. He's going to walk into the bush, call it clear, but it's not clear at all. They are walking directly into the other team, and it looks like they're going to pay the price. VOiDSTACK lands the Q, and qqqtwo is dead.
So let's talk about a couple reasons why it went so terribly for Int Laners. First off, they had 2 of their players on the wrong side of the map. They should have recognized that Mental would invade once again as it worked last game. So they should all be stacking in the jungle where they expect Mental to be. But they did not do that. So they failed. Utterly.
Now, it's going to look like we have the blue buff being taken with an invade, which means that Graves now has to path with this knowledge that they have not returned back to their jungle. He must path from his red buff where he is starting. We can show this where he is. Once he takes this buff, he actually has to path down all the way to this blue buff. Because what's going to happen is traditionally Graves would path all the way over to this blue buff. But this blue buff is already taken. NutellaAnWillump is already counter jungling. He is doing the invading that we were discussing earlier. Which means that Graves, to catch up and stay relevant in the game, is going to need to follow suit. But it looks like VirusTime is not even done taking the red buff when NutellaAnWillump is already taking the blue buff and Wolves. Now, VirusTime is going in for the invade, but we can already see Mental displaying a supreme knowledge of map control. They already have a ward. They're going to ping where this Graves is. They know exactly where he is. He drops the ward. He chooses not to take the blue buff. He is just lost right now. He's not taking it. Where is he going? He's just sitting there.
Okay, this is... Int Laners, hey, Int Laners, we're going to have a word with you after this. What is this absolute buffoonery? Kane looking for the level 3 bot. Kane has a really interesting ability where he can go through walls, which is not broken. And an easy gank.
And VOiDSTACK wants to follow up. He lands the Q. NutellaAnWillump is going in, but Grand Entrance has no W to follow up to lock him down.
Sorry, AP carry. These guys are so cringe. Like, can we at least try here? Okay, I guess not.
Now, it looks like Adrian Lee is going in for a trade against redninjakill, but he locks him in with the cage, and it looks like they're going for a redive onto the TheNoobOfDreams. They're tanking the turret. NutellaAnWillump is going to go down here to the Senna. He still flashes, even though he knows he's going to die. Grand Entrance also might die, but he's just going to stay low. Flickedd is going to return to the top lane and go for a devastating trade onto KeithEnder. You can already see the difference in their health. Flickedd is looking for another solo kill. We saw him do it last game. We know what he's capable of.
Flickedd is proving to Keith and all of us watching, the tens of thousands of you watching live right now, that Flickedd isn't.
And he looks like he's gonna get the solo kill. KeithEnder getting absolutely outplayed in the top lane.
He can kill him when he's not on red. He can kill him when he's on ribbon. It doesn't matter. He's just simply built different, and relatively to KeithEnder. Yeah, relatively.
Now, when we talk about the other top laners in this tournament, if they keep this up, if Flickedd is going to play in the top lane, is there any top laner in the entire tournament that can contest this man's skill?
Actually, there are 2, and it is from TRN's main top laner, Davis, and aka Davon, and their sub, Simon. Samix. They are both very skilled in the top lane. And as you see, who ganked? Int Laners ganked and traded 1-for-1, which is not the best for Int Laners.
They're going in on the bot lane. He lands the stun on the QQ2. Now Grand Entrance is going to look to follow. He starts running into the alcove. He's basically committing suicide here.
Oh no! We can't put this on YouTube.
Now, it looks like they're going on to the regank. Does he land the hook? He does land the hook, and the TheNoobOfDreams is already going down. It is already almost a 3,000 gold lead for WeWinMental. NutellaAnWillump on Kayn, clearing out the wards. He is, in fact, a level down against the Graves. We are starting to see the repercussions of this matchup, but it looks like these matchups won't even matter if NutellaAnWillump is simply having more map pressure, killing more people than the Graves. But we're going to see here, VirusTime is taking the fight. It looks like the Zoe's going to try to help him out.
Zoe got a nice
the rest of the team.
Can they capitalize off this?
They're not going to capitalize off of it. Now we're going to see Flick going in for a nasty trade on the KeithEnder. KeithEnder might be going down here, but it looks like they're only going to half health. But it looks like VOiDSTACK is going back in. NutellaAnWillump gets killed.
In this mid lane matchup, we should be seeing Adrian...
Oh, they're not letting up. They're not letting up. It looks like we're going to see another repeat gank. VOiDSTACK misses the E and the Q. It looks like the Senna can go in for a free kill, but he's going to get out of there with an invisibility on his W. redninjakill is trading in the bot lane, or in the mid lane. Now we're going to see a dive coming out of the top lane, potentially. Watch the top lane. He's used the CC. There's no chance for KeithEnder to live here. Flick is simply going to get another solo kill.
Nice stun by Veigar.
Now, VirusTime is getting NutellaAnWillump out of his jungle. He does not want to be invaded, but TheNoobOfDreams gets caught over the wall by VOiDSTACK, and it looks like he's going to go down. But the TheNoobOfDreams hits the honey fruit for some reason, but qqqtwo makes up for it with a return kill. We're not going to see the Zoe Bubble land there, but that's okay. Adrian has now roamed over to the bot lane in seek of a kill. VOiDSTACK is going to go in here, but he's going to walk away safely. Adrian is going into dangerously low health territory. VirusTime is trying to invade like we said that he should, but it looks like he's already going to die to NutellaAnWillump. NutellaAnWillump is level 4, but already has the blue Kayn assassin form of Kayn. He's going to grab the kill in the VirusTime. Now that Kayn is now winning the matchup into Graves, something that should never ever happen in this entire game, it looks like the fate of this match is already sealed for a 2-0 in favor of WeWinMental. Now, we're going to look at the mid lane, and something interesting to note here is that redninjakill is not buying any items in this game. You can see there's a big void on this Veigar champion compared to everyone else. That means he is not buying any items. There's no strategic benefit to doing this, except potentially to destroy the mental confidence of the Int Laners. Now, it looks like Kayn is going for another invade onto the Graves. Kayn has been completely, like, controlling the pace of play in this game. He's already got blue form, the assassin form. Adrian's going to go for a return kill on him. He dashes over the wall. NutellaAnWillump has no escapes, but his support player is here. VOiDSTACK is here. He lands the stun, and they're both out of there. Joesph, I was just talking about the fact that Veigar has no items in this game right now. And I was saying how he's just living up to the team's name of winning the mental game. There's no strategic benefit to doing it. It can only hurt him, but it doesn't even matter because it seems like he's just playing better on the day.
Actually, there are some very good benefits from this, both mentally and in-game, as Veigar... Actually, there really aren't any, but you said you wanted to save up for an item, but you can just buy components to the item when you go to lane. So, cool, I guess.
Now, it looks like Grand Entrance is going in for a kill onto qqqtwo, but he did not see that Adrian's team is actually coming for him. It looks like they might pick up a kill. They're going to land the root on him. Adrian is going in. If they don't get this kill, the game is essentially over. But it looks like they're gonna get it. Adrian gets the important kill of the game. Is this the place where they can turn it around?
You do not want Adrian's talent to get fed. You do not want that.
You do not want that. Adrian will literally sauce you, but it looks like that NutellaAnWillump is chasing after Adrian. He just heard us, and he's saying that he does not care if Adrian has any kills because Adrian is going down. And it looks like VOiDSTACK's here to help him out, but it looks like the NutellaAnWillump and qqqtwo are trying to fight back, but it doesn't look like they're going to give it a return kill. But the NutellaAnWillump wants more. He is bloodthirsty. There is ice in his veins. They are chasing them down under tower. VOiDSTACK does not care. He gets exhausted, but he's just going to walk out there with his invisibility.
What was Grace this entire time? He's kind of walking down. Can he kill? Oh my... Yo. I think Virus might be lagging a little bit, but...
Now it looks like NutellaAnWillump is going in for the return kill, and he kills the Graves. It's over for the Graves. Graves has massively misplayed this game.
Yeah, as I was saying at the start of this game, if Graves did not take advantage of his early dominance over Kane, I'd be sad. And I am very sad.
Now Flickedd is, again, 2 levels ahead, which is quite bad for KeithEnder. Now he's 3 levels ahead, which puts him in the range for diving. KeithEnder already uses his CC and gets hit by the CC of Flickedd, which means that Flickedd with just 1 or 2 Qs is going to kill him. And that's exactly what happens. And it looks like redninjakill is going to solo kill Adrian with no items and die to the turret, but he only gets executed because VirusTime did not try and trade. Grand Entrançe is going to pick up the kill on the qqqtwo.
I want that dabbing so bad. Looks like VirusTime is just dead.
VirusTime is just dying once again, and it looks like that's all she wrote for this game as well. 7,000 gold lead at 11 minutes.
You know, Int Laners got 6 kills this game, which is more than last game. Hog champ. I don't think Int Laners know, but if one of their teammates AFK right now, they can FF at 10 minutes. So they could potentially FF right the second if someone AFKs on their team. But I do not think they're aware of that.
Well, it seems to me like the NutellaAnWillump, who is level 5 at 12 minutes into the game, is essentially AFK. He has left the game. He is no longer playing. Now it looks like KeithEnder and VirusTime are going to go in for a gank onto Flickedd. Flickedd can't outplay this. He has all of the items and damage in the world to do it, and it looks like he's going to do it. That's a double kill. Adrian is going in for the return kill, but it doesn't look like he's going to get it because he didn't collapse on right this second. He does not make it over the wall. He fails the jump. Adrian is gone.
Oh, that's a fail fish. Int Laners gave it their best try this game. Unlucky, I guess.
It just seems like We Win Mental is just too good.
Yeah, relative to this team.
So, looking forward to the rest of the tournament, what teams does it look like are even going to be able to contest the dominance of We Win Mental? We saw them beat Shale's team. We saw them absolutely destroy Shale and Sunny's team in convincing fashion.
Yeah.
But they have not played the last team in the pool who is also undefeated.
Yeah, and I would like to bring up the word you used. You said could contest them. There's only one team that can not only contest them, but absolutely dominate them. And that team is TRN, which is the... TRN and We Win Mental is the only matchup we have not seen so far. And that will be happening in probably about 3 weeks, because this tournament has been going really slow lately. But that's okay, because commentating these games are a lot more fun. So, we'll be waiting for that. For the TRN versus We Win Mental games coming to you shortly.
But pause that thought because NutellaAnWillump is going in for a gank. Adrian tries to get the return kill, but redninjakill is going to shut him down with an ultimate. Now VirusTime is going in for a free kill. He has R. All he has to do is press the R ability, but he does not throw it. He does not throw it.
You talk about, I think he actually has about 500 ping this game, which honestly they should replay this game with his ping. Because if he had normal ping, he would be able to see that he just has to press 1 button to get the kill. But he did not. Unfortunate for him.
Now it looks like Flickedd is 6 levels ahead of this Senna, and he can kill him at any moment, essentially. Flick's items must be highly developed at this point in the game. We can see that he already has Blade of the Ruin King as well as his Trinity Force. He could 2 versus 1 these players. Under the tower, he's going to do it. It looks like he gets the first kill onto the top laner, KeithEnder.
Wow. So you can easily 1v3 this right now. Playing for the highlights, playing for the highlights.
He's going to go in for the 1 versus 3. He's going to get the first kill. He definitely is going to pick up at least 1 kill here, but Grand Entrance comes in with the Grand Entrance ability to help him out. He's going to snipe 2 of them. That's Chris Kyle.
With the double KS. Okay.
Now, redninjakill has no mana. That is probably a result of him still having no items in the game right now. But now he has to recall.
Yeah, he really still has no items. I thought he would buy some.
VOiDSTACK is now over here. He has ulti and he's going to pick up the kill into qqqtwo. VOiDSTACK is also going to get bonus gold for that because he is Pike.
Do they not know? I don't know what's going in this game.
Now, Flickedd has the capability to kill all 3 of these players. In fact, he can just 1 versus 5 absolutely dominate the entire team if he wanted to, but it seems like he's showing them a little bit of mercy and he's not going to go for it.
Very tactical decision.
Now, we might see Flickedd, in fact, go in for this kill here. Looks like he's going to do it. He's going to pick up the first kill. Let's see if he can land the stun. The Zoe pops back because of the R. She dies to the Q. He's going in. He's absolutely tearing them apart. And it looks like he is just going to rock Int Laners in their own base in front of a live audience of 10,000 people.
Alex, I don't know if you were reading that right. That actually says 100,000, not 10,000.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, and I think Twitch is bugged, so we should be at about 400,000, but our stream went down temporarily.
VOiDSTACK is going back, but it looks like Flickedd is under attack here. Flickedd goes in, but it looks like he's going to go down here. There's no way out for him, but he's going to get the kill onto the Riven, but he's going to go down to the Zoe. qqqtwo gets a massive 1,000 gold shutdown. He can probably buy another item.
Flick's perfect KD is ruined.
Now, it is 17 minutes, which marks this game as going longer than the first. Interestingly, Int Laners have not forfeited the game, but it looks like VirusTime has essentially forfeited with that play.
That might be a permanent ban from these tournaments. That was...
Oh, now Kane is going in. He absolutely pops the NutellaAnWillump. Now they're going in. Kane gets a second kill into qqqtwo. Now he's going to get possibly a third kill onto Talon. Adrian is also going to go down. What a massive play from NutellaAnWillump. Now KeithEnder is going in for a kill, but it looks like he's going to get absolutely baited. And redninjakill is going to get a return kill onto the man that just tried to kill him.
I'm actually confused what they're doing here, as it is 18 minutes. Maybe they're waiting for the 20-minute FF because someone on the team doesn't want FF. Interesting.
VirusTime does pop the flash. It looks like he is just done with this game. He does not want to play on.
Now, at least he didn't die this time.
Now, VirusTime still might go down, depending on whether or not he does go down. Flick is going to start taking the tower, so let's Grand Entrance get out.
Unlucky.
If Adrian could only get to Grand Entrance, but he does have heal. It does not look like he's going to get the kill on him. qqqtwo is now intentionally feeding out of the game. That's not sportsmanlike behavior. That is not what the Mariloma Esports Invitational stands for.
Adrian Lee, you might need to have a word with these guys.
Adrian Lee is also dancing. The founder of this tournament looks to be given up on this game. KeithEnder is also dancing in the back.
I have a word with you personally, bud. What was that? Keith McBrief. Bud. What are you doing? Huh. So we jump roping back
into her death.
Jump roping is actually one of the best aerobic activities that you can do. It can burn over 1,000 calories an hour if you're constantly doing it. So, besides losing the game, at least you're getting a good workout, good cardio. Gray seems to have sold his items for no apparent reason besides the int even more to prove that he is in fact trolling and not just bad at the game.
Now KeithEnder is running it down mid. It does not look like he cares about the outcome of this game anymore.
He's actually running it down. It seems like he was having. Okay, never mind. I thought they're just having a good time together, but apparently not.
VOiDSTACK is gonna go in for the Q. He does land it. The NutellaAnWillump is gonna die for another death. Okay. Adrian might go down here. He's invisible, but it looks like he is out of there as well. And it looks like that is the end of the game. The red team has forfeited. That is game over. It is a convincing 2-0 for WeWinMental.
Wow. I don't think anyone expected that besides every single person watching this game. Interesting.
Alright, and we'll catch you on the next matchup that comes in this tournament. And keep your eyes peeled for the undefeated matchup. It is TRN versus WeWinMental.
So, for a few last words, Int Laners, you guys got to keep your head up. That was absolutely embarrassing what I saw. Your unsportsmanlike conduct and your absolute trolling gameplay. Absolutely disgusting. But overall, GG, guys, and we'll see you in about 2 to 3 weeks.